President Bola Tinubu arrives France for two-day new Global Financial Pact Summit. Kano State Governor returns Muyiwa Magaji as anti-corruption chairman. Fighting resume in Khartoum, Sudan capital, as ceasefire ends. Today is 3rd Zulhijjah, 1444 after the Hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is equivalent to 21st June 2023. I am Salam Tanud Aliman with the news and full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday arrived Paris, capital city of France, for a two-day new Global Financial Pact Summit. Tinubu was received at the airport by Ambassador Kayode Laro and other top government officials from the Nigerian Embassy and French Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The president left Abuja through the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport for the event slated for June 22nd and 23rd. During his time in Paris, the president will join world leaders to review and sign a new global financial pact that places vulnerable countries on a priority list for support and investment following the devastating impact of the climate change, the energy crisis, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Tinubu will explore opportunities to restore economic space to countries dealing with difficult short-term financial challenges, specifically the most indebted. The president, accompanied by members of the Presidential Policy Advisory Council, along with other government officials, is expected to return on Saturday. At least four foreign leaders have requested to meet with President Bola Tinubu in Paris, France, where he is expected to participate in the new Global Financial Pact Summit organized by President Emmanuel Macron. According to Special Advisor to the President on Special Duties, Communication Strategies, Dele Aleke, he said the countries expressing interest to expand economic cooperation are France, the United States, Switzerland, among others, as President Tinubu works to network in a bid to attract greater foreign investment to the country. And like I said, the president wants to network with international finance corporation, institutions, countries that are well-heeled, that will facilitate direct foreign investment in Nigeria. During his time in Paris, the president will join world leaders to review and sign new global financial pact. Still on the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has approved the return of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to the office of the Vice President for supervision. The president also approved the return of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, to the office of the Vice President. Director of Information Office of the Vice President Olusola Abiola disclosed this in a statement yesterday in Abuja. Also, President Tinubu approved a formal structure for the Office of the Vice President, as well as an appropriate number of technical and administrative aides that will work with the Vice President in the discharge of his responsibilities. Vice President Kashim Shettima has met with British High Commissioners to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, at the State House Abuja. The British High Commissioner informed State House correspondent that the meeting with the Nigerian Vice President was fruitful as it focused on how to ramp up bilateral relations between the two countries, particularly in the area of boosting economic engagements. He said British ministers are responding positively to the policies of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, including removal of fuel subsidy and unification of foreign exchange rates. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbetokun, has assumed office at the force headquarters in Abuja. His arrival comes a day after he was decorated by the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, as the 22nd IGP of the Nigerian Police Force. On his remark, the acting IGP said he is aware of the enormous responsibility that accompanies his appointment. Kayode Igbetokun appealed for cooperation and teamwork, promising to run a transparent and integrity-driven regime. He also hopes to build a stronger inter-agency collaboration and deepen the technology approach to guaranteeing internal security. Igbetokun appealed to Nigerians to support the police in the fight against criminal activities. In his farewell speech, the former IGP, Usman Algali Baba, said that he led a team that made a notable impact on internal security. 102 more stranded Nigerians have returned from Tripoli, the Libyan capital. This was disclosed in a statement today by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. Upon arrival, they were received at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, by the NEMA Director General Mustafa Habib. The returnees were composed of 93 female adults, 3 female children, 3 female infants, 1 adult male, 1 male child, and 1 male infant. Since 2021, the Nigerian government has successfully repatriated about 5,000 Nigerians in Libya in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, IOM, under voluntary humanitarian repatriation. In 2023 alone, over 800 citizens have been evacuated in batches. Similarly, the federal government on April 12 announced that 152 stranded Nigerians were rescued from Libya. The news is coming to you from the studios of Sahaba Radio. Mornings after the short break. Stay tuned.
This is News on the Hour, Sahaba Radio FM. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You are still on the services of Sahaba Radio 104.9 Hadija. The Benue House of Assembly has approved the suspension of all 23 local government area chairmen in the state for financial misappropriation. The decision is to suspend the local government chairman. This decision to suspend the local government chairman was taken on today during preliminary following a letter from Governor Hyacinth Alia requesting the House to investigate the incomes and expenditure of the 23 local government chairmen of the state. The Speaker of the House, Hyacinth Dajo, therefore set up an ad hoc committee yesterday to investigate the matter. The committee, which was directed to investigate and report back to the House within the shortest possible time. The committee informed the House that there was the need for a more detailed investigation of the operations of the local government beyond the period under review to cover from June 2015 to May 2023. The Speaker further directed that the Governor should proceed and set up caretaker committees in line with Benue local government law. The Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Kabir Yusuf, has directed all the 19 commissioner nominees must comply with Code of Conduct rules. According to the governor, by this announcement, the nominees are expected to declare assets within the best possible time before their onward screening at the State Assembly. The governor vowed that no commissioner nominee will be sworn in as a cabinet member without filing the asset and declaration form from the Code of Conduct Bureau. Governor Kabir Yusuf reiterated his commitment to people of the state, noting that transparency and accountability remain the basic principles of his administration, which will be applied to champion good governance as promised in his blueprint during the electioneering campaign. Still in Kano State, Governor Kabir Yusuf has reinstated Muyi Magaji as the chairman of the Public Complaint and Anti-Corruption Commission. This is according to a statement signed by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature, who disclosed that Magaji's reinstatement is to allow for the completion of his tenure. To be recalled that Barrister Muyi was suspended from the office by the previous administration in questionable circumstances. The statement also noted that the commission chairman's reinstatement is with immediate effect and in compliance with the court order. It will be recalled that the Kano State House of Assembly in 2021 asked the anti-corruption chairman to step aside for a month after he kicked against the posting of an accountant to the agency from the Office of the Accountant General of the state. 3 members of a family, including the wife and children of an overseas returnee, have allegedly been abducted in Kwara State. The incident, it was gathered, occurred in Ife-Lodun local government area on Monday. The gunmen have invaded the community and kidnapped the victims while they were sleeping in their homes. The committee head, Alhaji Abdul Fatai Olasun Kami, confirmed the incident. He said the gunmen arrived at the community at midnight on Monday when the villagers were already asleep and invaded the house of Alhaji Sekiru and kidnapped the victims. A spokesman for the Kwara Police Command, SP Ajayi Okasami, confirmed the incident today. He said operatives in collaboration with other security agencies have been deployed to comb the bush. Now to international scene. A prominent Tunisian journalist has been arrested on charges of insulting President Kais Saied. A judge ordered the detention of Zaid El-Hini ahead of a trial in which he will be sentenced to 5 years in prison. Tunisian activists have expressed concern over his health as he is reportedly suffering a stroke some time ago. In recent months, Tunisian judges have detained or opened investigation into more than 20 political, judicial, media, and business figures associated with the opposition to President Saied. The main opposition parties have condemned the arrest as politically motivated. Reports from Sudan say fighting has broken out in all parts of the capital just before a 3-day ceasefire expired early in the morning. Witnesses say the Sudanese army and the rival rapid support forces clashed in Khartoum. There are also reports of anti-aircraft fire during an army aircraft operation in Omdurman. The latest truce had been brokered by Saudi Arabia and the United States. With previous ceasefire, there were reports of violation on both sides. Armed conflict between Sudan's army and the paramilitary RSF began in April. That has been the news. Before I go, a recap of the major stories. From the news warhead, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arrived France for 2-day new Global Financial Pact Summit. Kano State Governor returned Muyi Magaji as anti-corruption chairman. On the international scene, fighting resumed in Khartoum, Sudan capital, as ceasefire ends. That has been the news. On behalf of the news department, our editor Haruna Ahmad Biltwa, a continuing announcer Salma Adam Iko. I am Slamatun Aliman saying good night.